Happy Sunday, guys. Welcome to Solo Dolo Sports YouTube channel. I'm here with Madden 22. I'm a little bit late with it. I'm probably on my trial. It's probably going to take me off of here. I think I've only got like a couple hours left. I just want to get into some of the gameplay with you guys and just look at the overall game. Nothing too special. Just going over the game, looking at it, seeing the new stuff they put into Madden, which, yeah, it's a lot more new stuff, but I heard, of course, the gameplay is pretty much about the same. No improvement to the gameplay, but something different in franchise. That's what we all wanted. Something different in franchise, and so far it looks different. But of course, I heard it's been a rough time. It's always rough when Madden first comes out. It has the glitches, it has the gameplay that's really off, and all this other stuff. But here we go with the top stories. Pittsburgh passing the torch, replacing greatness in the Superdome. Fortifications for Kansas City. Julio heads to Nashville. Of course, we're used to that now. I live, of course, in Tennessee. Love the Titans. Really a Detroit Lions fan, but there's nothing to really get happy about if you're a Detroit Lions fan right now. Especially when I saw that last game against the Steelers. It was just the highlights of that was terrible. Aaron Donald's dominance, comeback candidates, former teammates reunited, shuffling the deck, meet the new look NFL, what's in a number, new faces, shake up coaching landscape, request for number 8, Tom Brady, hopefully not. And the Trevor Lawrence era begins, and so there's a little news hub. Of course, I'm playing with the Titans. Titans are the team, and we're in preseason. I'm in preseason week 1. I'm actually going to just get into the game. Here you can view the schedule. And I'm wondering, I always wondered this, because you could do this in NCAA football. I wonder if you can actually go and play different games. You don't have to play as the team that you are. You can play others. I just want to check that out. This is our schedule, of course, with the Titans. I'm pretty sure you can. What team would I like to play with, though? I don't think you can. So I'm not even going to try it. So I'll play with the Titans to start out. And I got my franchise settings. Could look into that. Gameplay sliders. I don't really want the accuracy down to 40, 35. Don't want a lot of pass blocking, about 40. Receiver, about 45. Run blocking, 40. Fumbles, 50. Defense reaction time, 50. Interceptions, I keep mine at 50. Pass coverage, 50. Tackling at 50, okay. CPU, about 40. Pass blocking, keep theirs at 50. Wide receiver, keep theirs at 50. Run blocking, they don't run really good. If I go pass match, the run block is not good. But I'll keep it at 60 just to get a look. I'll put it at 55. Fumbles, defensive reaction time, interceptions. I don't feel like throwing interceptions anywhere. I'll keep mine at 25. Pass coverage, 50. Punting, field goal power, injuries, up to about 40. T. Offside, about 55. False start, keep that holding. 52. Face mask, keep it 50. Defensive pass interference, 55. Offensive pass interference on. Kick catch interference. Eagle block in the back. No intentional grounding on roughing the passer. Keep it at that. I don't want it. What's that called? League settings. I'm gonna keep it at all pro for now. I'm not gonna just to open out the box. I always play on all pro. See how the all pro thing is started. Instant starter off. I think I did this all already. I think I did. League settings are set pretty much where I had them. User teams. What actions can I take? Never mind. Get out of here. Daddy, would you sit down? You're doing too much, man. I think that's about it. Now I don't want to quit. Yeah, I like it. I like the new UI. It looks nice. That's awards, X Factor database, league transactions, league history. Has the league history on it about, I guess, going from all the Super Bowls. Something that was introduced probably, I think, on Madden 21. And so it's already introduced. Got this news thing, showcase your favorite snapshots. I just want to get in the game. How do I play the game? Manage staff, manage roster. Play preseason name, okay. Let's see the rest. Let's see my staff first. My staff.
Welcome to your franchise staff. Here you find the right coaches to hire for your staff and upgrade them to help improve your team.
Talent free, select game day goal. Not blowout, win turnover, don't allow a sack. Get 400. Guess so. Chris Roberts is our offensive coordinator. Aaron Ward, player personnel, your talent tree. A lot here, a lot more stuff here. But like they said, it's kind of like NHL. It's kind of like the NHL. Adjust lineup. I guess. Oh, this is where this is at. So it's just totally, it's the same thing, it's just in different spots now. Same thing. Same thing we always had. But it's in different spots. And we're going to play the preseason game. Go to weekly, finish your option, what you like to do. I guess we'll go to weekly strategy.
Welcome to weekly strategy. Each week you can find valuable information about this shows some basic stats about your upcoming opponent. You can also view, this is how you access the new player health screen. Each week you'll have to monitor your team's overall health.
Matt Ryan is not scrambling. He's too old for that. I'm like, I don't have to worry about Matt Ryan scrambling. I mean, he should be, like, he's super old now. Grady Jarrett, top threat. Definitely a guy you have to watch out for.
This is your team profile, where you can find stats and play calling information about your team. Each week, you can select a weekly team goal. Choose focus players each week who will earn extra XP. You can also unlock up to 3.
Yeah, I'm fine with these guys. These guys are rookies. I think all of them are rookies. 22 years old. Yep, they're all rookies. Start training. Sim training. I hope it can let me sim it. I don't want to jump into training, just want to sim it. Okay, that was it. Okay, cool. Training complete, can upgrade players. Yep, this looks pretty much the same. Aubrey Jones.
This is the player card. Here you can see your strengths and weaknesses.
I don't need to know that. Ratings. If anything, that block shed needs to go up. And we'll definitely stay with that. Ryan Hill. Where's he from? How's his ratings look? Pretty decent. Not great. Pretty good speed though. Spin move, stiff arm. We'll stick with what he does. We'll stay with the elusive. My dog keeps walking around. And he's not very healthy, so I'm wondering if he's going to run himself ragged and have to help him out. His next gen stats, which he doesn't have. Okay, why'd you put it up there then? Alright, Falcons week. Now I should be able to play the game. And since I have it at 5 minutes a quarter, we'll play full game. I want to crack it open, see what we got. Because I never played, this is the first time actually really playing Madden 22. I did play, the first thing they put up was like the Bucks and Chiefs game, and it was really weird. I didn't like it. Edit uniforms. What do I want to do? Actually, when it comes down to when the season first starts, I kind of like the whole, classic look. I wanted to have the classic Oiler look. That's the one I usually go for. Go AFC away. That sounds good. Excuse me 1 minute, guys. I'm recording a video right now. I'm feeling alright. I'm feeling alright. Yeah, I did. I feel better now. I actually got up. Actually did some stuff. But I'll talk to you I'll talk to you later though. What are you doing in Nashville? Okay, whatever. Alright. Alright. Okay, I think I'm ready. Advanced settings. I don't think I have to do that.
Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Titans and the Falcons, and it comes your way next on EA Sports. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Charles Davis alongside me, and I'm Brandon Gaudin. And folks, the wait is over. Yes, it's just the preseason, but football is back in your living room.
And I'm excited. I know you are as well. The summer heat feels good on these old bones, especially because we're not putting out pads. We don't have to be out there in that heat running into other people. But I'm glad these guys are. Football is back.
Yeah, I'm not live streaming, which means I can just put this on a video up for, put the video up on YouTube and possibly my Facebook page. Quite both. Just wanted to get a feel for this game.
Set to go. Young Ray Coon ready to do the honors. And we are underway here on EA Sports.
And I'm telling you what, if I don't like this game or I feel like this game does not give me good gameplay and it just is terrible, almost like Madden 21 is sort of like terrible, I'm done buying Madden games, man. I am done buying Madden games. I need to see more. I want to see more. I want to see the game be better. I think we're all to the point where we just want to see a good simulation football game. They got a lot of new stuff in here, so it does look nice. It does look different. It looks like it's going to be a different experience. There's Derrick Henry running, yeah. See, that's pretty fun. You know, you want to have fun. You want to play. You want different outcomes. You don't want a scenario engine-driven game. You want the ratings to dictate a lot of things. You just want the game to be fun. You want to be able to enjoy yourself with this game and have a different experience. There you go, Reynolds. The catch.
Tannehill hooking up with Reynolds for a Titan first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. A first down carry for Henry.
Oh, fumble!
He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they get the football and they set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Okay, I'm going to ask the question. How many times does Derrick Henry fumble? Of course, when it came down to Madden 20, how many times does he get injured? I mean, and in my series with the Titans, you know, he would seemingly always get injured. They're going all pro. They're going pro high formation, so we should have the defense for that. Get on him. Make that tackle. Should have made that tackle. You got him. Yeah.
They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the points that they just had against them.
I'll stay with the game plan kind of plays.
5 yards remaining on second down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan.
Good catch. I tell you what, the game does look really, really good. I said that about Madden 21. I said the game looks really, really good. Does that mean that you're going to get good gameplay out of it? No.
What's the plan of attack? You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackle.
And I'm trying not to touch defensive buttons. I'm trying to I want the defense to do its own thing without me doing anything.
Second and 8 at the 32-yard line. From the gun, it's Ryan.
Get him. Yes. Jeffrey Simmons.
It's Jeffrey Simmons.
Jeff Simmons with the sack.
Football in time. I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
You definitely want to play zone when it's like this. That's what I say. Play zone.
So the sack pushes him back, and now third and long.
Third and long. You should not convert this.
Here's Ryan.
And they don't.
It's Patterson complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring out fourth down. We can make this one pretty simple. Blocked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
And he misses.
It's not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a scoreless game. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there. Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't.
Let's test out Julio.
But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it. That's what you're looking for. Looking deep for Julio.
Oh no! Oh, I'm screwing up. I just had to do it. I'm like Julio, I had to try it. Now, who's the corner? The corner should be a scrub. Julio Jones ought to beat him. I mean, he looks like a scrub. That's like an arm punt. No big deal. Just an arm punt. I got news for you guys. I'm going to practice with the Supercharger during the week. And that should be a touchdown. I just played I played really bad defense there. Wrong coverage. Some told me to go more zone. I screwed it up. Yep, he burnt me. Burnt me pretty bad. You had the linebacker out there with a speed receiver. It's not going to be good for you. It is not going to be good for you. Yeah, I want to practice with the Supercharger this week to get my college football season started. Definitely want to do more baseball stuff, but I've just been busy a little bit. I didn't really do much yesterday. I was kind of just out of it. Didn't do really any gaming. But definitely want to hit back on more baseball, especially with Super Mega Baseball, but also with the Nashville Sounds thing I'm doing on MLB The Show. And I really kind of want to get into Detroit Tigers rebuild that I want to do. Yeah, I should have kneeled in the end zone, but I did not do that. Right now, I just really want to get a drive going, so I kind of want to calm down on all this deep throws. But you know, I had to test Julio out, man. And of course, here we go with the screen rocking. We're going with the screen rocking, the new feature they have in the game.
First down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you take that kind of a run. It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Tannehill.
Get it!
Get this one
Brown.
That's A.J. Brown. Tannehill is top target Brown for the Tennessee first.
Go to the second quarter. Just a quick game, 5-minute quarters. Just want to get a feel for the game.
After 1-7-0 on EA Sports.
Like that, like the stats. They need to have more stats. You can't have enough stats. They need stats everywhere. And good, they put the backups in. That's exactly what I wanted them to do, because it's a preseason game. They put the backups in. Oh, and Kaiser. Kaiser's the backup. I didn't know that. Player stats. Do they have the depth chart in here? Because I kind of want to see that. Where's the depth chart? Deshaun Kaiser. Yeah, Deshaun Kaiser is Deshaun Kaiser is a Titan. I did not know that.
Now the first carry for Brian Hill. He'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough with me.
Now it's the backup Kaiser.
Oh no! Oh, pick! Oh.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder whether he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that. That maybe
I screwed that up too.
trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out in a hurry.
On first down, Patterson. And he'll get this one down.
Oh, Patterson's on their team too.
Just a yard on the first down carry.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know if they had all these players on the team. That's kind of crazy. Running a shotgun. We probably want to play some kind of coverage. I definitely don't want to get burnt like I did the last time. Play cover 2.
To throw McCarron. Going for it all.
And he threw it out of bounds.
Incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, to me, there's no question about the intent there, and I think he was more fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. So they'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Come on, get the sack. Oh! How's it caught?
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but in return their quickness and their speed, it's a lethal combination.
I didn't get a chance to play the I didn't get a chance to play that ball right. I did not. Well, I can make the Falcons look really, really good. I think that's an accomplishment. I make the Falcons look like they're world beaters.
Just outside the goal line. It's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Falcons defense gearing up as they take the field. And the big reason they have the lead right now, as they see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out?
Oh. Oh, I'm looking.
That's a loss of 7. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play there. They could barely get a glove on it before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Get it? Yep. Oh.
Interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
All I can say,
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means
it's not too easy. Once they had the momentum, it's like, oh, yeah.
From the gun, Kaiser.
Oh.
Passing game, that didn't sink in early, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way. At least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
We still got Brick Kern. Oh, yeah, here comes my punting.
And this ball's going to be touchdown just shy of midfield.
Oh, that sucked. Well, I'm out of sync. I haven't played in a while.
Definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? You're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big time.
Oh, good.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A shotgun hand.
Get him, no! Ah, missed.
He picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hit, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
We got to blitz. We got to do something.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd.
Shake up A.J. McCarron. I didn't know it was still in the league.
From the gun, it's McCarron.
Somebody gets home.
It's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Boy, was that terrible.
Throwing now is McCarron.
Hold the ball, no.
And that is caught
Out of bounds.
out of bounds, says the line judge.
What I like about zone.
Took it a little too far at 2nd down. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
And tap dance parlance could not complete the shuffle. I right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one. Is that what they say? There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the skin.
Get him! Oh, God! God.
Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. They'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman.
God, I missed him. Good.
You're stuck with me in this booth. He's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Fourth down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead grows now 17-0. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Man, sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game.
Stay in the end zone. I'm
Just shake it off.
not trying to.
Again.
He's stopping 13.
For Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. Now the Titans getting set to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team.
Different quarterback.
Someone with some excitement and energy is like, oh, guys, let's shake things up and let's go. Because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. On 1st and 10, Kaiser.
No! God, I floated it up there.
Isaiah Oliver, he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
It's got to be a bullet pass. It's got to be really quick. I floated it up there. And I'm making us look. Wow, this is bad. This is really bad. But I wonder if I put this on all Madden. Get him! Yeah! Good job. That helps us out. Say stick to the zone coverage. If you guys are wondering about the Reggie Wilson thing on Madden 21, that's still going on. That is still going on. For anyone who wants to know, I actually switched it from Face of Franchise to Classic Franchise. So I just finished about 2 seasons with him, and he didn't make the playoffs. I kind of want to make sure he makes the playoffs before I do another video on that. So I'm going to do a video on Reggie Wilson whenever he makes the playoffs, not just a regular game. Because there's got to be something to play for. Got to be something to play for. And he throws it away. Hey, good. I'm also going to be getting ready for for the end of the season with NBA Live 19. Sergio's to try to see if we can make a second run for the finals. We are definitely going to be in the playoffs. I just wonder if we can hold on to that number 1 seed. I think I got about 13 games to go till that's over. So, some stuff coming up, but mostly this week I'm going to work on Supercharger and getting ready for that. The season will start next Friday.
so we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know what else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change.
Oh, what did I do? Sit down? I didn't mean to do that. I used these buttons. I used to playing.
From the 29, Kaiser.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
Can't forget that. It's preseason. We're throwing the ball. I know Kaiser. I know we suck, but I gotta throw the ball. Because I got to.
So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now he'll slow them all. Here's Kaiser.
Oh!
It's incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting at it again.
Yeah.
It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on the first two possessions, and now it's like they'll have none on this one either.
And I still can't punt.
This one's sent away.
Still can't punt right. I didn't have these problems in Madden 20 though. You're having these problems now.
McCarron on first down. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down to Orlando. With
Yeah, that was terrible.
For our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Titans, and they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half, and it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there. Most of the starters are likely done. These coaching staffs getting ready to evaluate the youngsters in the second half. And to call the remainder of this preseason opener, we go back to Brandon God.
All right.
See, I like that. I like you can make strategy. They're showing you a lot of stats. I do like that. I like the presentation. Presentation is a whole lot better.
Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it.
That ain't too bad. That part wasn't too bad.
From just inside the
But
12.
it doesn't matter because they still get to midfield.
It's the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
At some point, we're going to get it thrown.
And to help with just time and just not, well, just trying to get over this, we're going to play on all offensive snaps. Not on offense. Make this game a little bit quicker.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line.
Run the ball a little bit, kind of take pressure off Kaiser. Just a little bit.
They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But if the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker.
Wow. That was really
On
off.
second down, but this one is incomplete. Jeff slaying the intended receiver, and it's third and short.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain. Or
First
maybe
down.
a miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man, hand him the ball, and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run out of the gun with Hill. Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and
They're fumbling a lot.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
and avoids the turnover. From the 36.
Come on, no. Yeah, hang on.
Rodgers. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, y'all said that over the last 3 or 4 Maddens.
Little
Jeez.
throw here. Kaiser.
Get in there. Get it. That's it. Yes.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive.
I just get a drive started.
Guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Oh.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to it quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Oh.
And meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Yeah, that's what kind of stuff Kaiser does.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Kaiser now.
Oh!
Kaiser can't get it all.
Oh.
The sack to Arkevius Mingo, the former number 6 pick. But remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he has the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
He is putting
Sim engine seems to work fine. Super Sim
Titans
seems to work
offense
fine.
to begin the drive.
It's another good
We
thing.
are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not
And
really found
Man 21 kind of sucked with the Super Sim, especially on the last gen console.
where it's a pass-first league. That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the
Get
run.
it?
Everybody wants to advance
Yeah,
to the
good
end.
job,
They gotta get
Patsy.
their timing back.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Go to 4th quarter.
That is going to do it for this 3rd quarter.
How many passing yards I got? 48, 17, passing plays, 48 yards. Yeah, you're
It's Titan football.
look pretty bad.
To begin the fourth quarter.
Not really concerned about all this. Heck, knew I wasn't gonna win. Knew that I didn't know like throwing would be kind of hard, you know. Not used to that in Madden. Used to things being kind of easy. I have it on All Pro. With really just simple slider adjustments.
Looking to throw again on second down.
It's been hard. Woo, yeah, good to swing.
The tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now. I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They control this game throughout. And all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Kaiser.
Ah, good.
Rodgers has it.
Like that.
A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that,
What I hate about coach suggestions is it kicks the running game out.
benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the
So I
spot.
kind of want to stay with formations.
Harder to move it.
Working with his 2nd and 4. Kaiser yet again.
Yep.
Firing quickly here.
Little short catches. They work.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Of course, I like to move the ball downfield a little bit more. And the play art is starting to shake it, starting to cool down a little bit. I do like that.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser.
Too many people over there. No! I,
Intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Also, with the INT. Another solid game. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And certainly that's not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for this fourth quarter.
yeah. Just glad that, you know, the Titans aren't controlled by Madden. You know?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive here.
Like that. I pressed the wrong button. There we go.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Yeah, we're just gonna run it. No more throwing. I'm done. I'm done for the day. 6 turnovers.
They'll start the drive with Hill. And they'll line up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Just 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
They're blowing us out, sir. They're not thinking about that.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 31, Kaiser.
Oh!
And he slips up
I don't know how I did that.
before being tackled. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Connecting with Johnson. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody
My battery controllers are low. Finally.
Big yardage and puts points on the board. They have pride too on that side of the ball.
What's pride have to do with it? You suck.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser.
Right to him.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Deron Harmon right there on the coverage.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true form from him. I don't know what he thinks going on out there, CD.
That's a great question. And my suspicion is
I'm controlling him.
really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you
Ooh, Batson.
you
Good.
keep throwing the football with confidence, but we're not seeing a confidence.
Take a timeout real quick. I'm just going to take a timeout just to do it. I'm trying to see if I can get something in the end zone.
Game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Kaiser.
Oh.
And my goodness,
Is it over? Is this nightmare over? And it's over. Thank God.
For the Atlanta Falcons, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
But they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you gotta like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
Six interceptions. Wow. And I turned the interception slider down. Imagine that thing was at 50. Well, that's the way to break myself into this game. What a game, boy. Deshaun Kaiser, 5 interceptions, no touchdowns. Tannehill, interception. Cordero Patterson actually plays for the Falcons. I did not know that. Brian Hill plays for the Titans. I did not know that. So it's good when you play Madden, you get to learn what players are actually on your team. Players you never even thought of. Just check out my team. Get the Falcons. Munyer. All these guys I never heard of. Hart. Dan Cruikshank still plays for us. David Long. David Byard still here. Jeffrey Simmons. Jayon Brown. I sucked at kicking. That game just sucked altogether. That was terrible. That was terrible. That was terrible. But, I just wanted to crack the game open. Ball security issues for the Titans. Yeah, pretty bad. So that was my Madden 22 debut. Really bad loss, but I just wanted to crack open Madden 22 just to get a taste of it. Like the presentation, like the fact the gameplay is a little bit harder. I mean, that is sort of good and sort of bad, but it's good. get, sliders. Don't seem like they work, but I got a game out of it. So that was pretty good. Well, thank you guys for joining me for some Madden 22. Look to get into the game. Probably might end up even getting the game, but pretty decent little gameplay there. Definitely want to play a little bit more, get a little bit used to things, and maybe I could have better performances than that, because that was terrible. I'll catch you guys later for more content, Madden 22 content, Madden 21 content, soon NCAA Football 14 content, which is what I really wanted to do. But I cracked over Madden 22, so I did what I wanted to do today. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Solo Dolo out.